Probably the most common question I get from families who have been in their home for 20 years or more is, Rob, is now the right time to sell? Usually they're looking at the news or the interest rates for the answer. But after years practicing meteorology in the Navy, I can tell you that the market weather is only one part of the forecast. The right moment to transition is actually a combination of your personal timing, your home's vessel integrity, as I like to call it, and the clarity of your next move. Today, we're going to look at how to read your own internal barometer so you aren't caught off guard by a storm. Selling a home you've raised a family in is a heavy mission. It's where the growth charts were marked on the pantry door and where you've spent every Christmas for 3 decades. I often talk to homeowners who feel frozen. They know the house is getting too big or the maintenance is simply getting too heavy, but they wait because they're looking for a perfect market signal that doesn't exist. I recently spoke with a couple who had been waiting for the right time for 5 years. By the time they called me, the roof was failing and the husband could no longer make it up the stairs to the bedroom. Because they waited for the market, they ended up in a scramble, making a move more under duress rather than a strategic home port shift. My goal is to help you see the signals where the skies are still clear. On the farm, you didn't wait for the tractor to throw a rod in the middle of harvest to check the oil. You practiced preventative maintenance, just like we did in the military. Houses have maintenance cycles too. After 15 or 20 years, the big ticket items like the roof or the furnace, the windows, they all start to reach their end of life cycle, probably at the same time. I like to call this the hog farm reality of homeownership. Little oration. Eventually, the chores start to outrun the fun. If you sell before those major systems fail, you protect your equity. If you wait until the furnace quits in a Minnesota January, well, that's a low pressure system that's gonna cost you a whole hell of a lot more than just a repair bill. In the Navy, we didn't leave one port until the next one was vetted and cleared. The same goes for your transition. The right time often reveals itself the moment you have clarity on where you are going, whether that's a condo in the city or a house closer to the grandkids. Once the destination is clear, the math of leaving the current home becomes simple. We move toward safety and clarity, not away from a house we love. I know I've been talking about barometers and ship integrity, and as I've admitted before, math isn't my favorite hobby. I'd much rather be looking at architectural blueprints or picking out a team form paint color. But we use the math of timing to protect your legacy. We look at your home's current value versus the cost of upgrading or upcoming repairs to see if staying put is actually costing you money. So let's check your internal barometer on a scale of, say, 1 to 10, with 1 being never leaving and 10 being the truck is in the driveway. Where's your readiness level today? Drop your number in the comments. And if you're at a 5, don't worry. 5 is where the best planning happens. I'm Rob Gintner. Thanks for the coffee and the conversation, and I'll see you in the next port.